Here with Kyle. Now, were you the leader of the Outsider Alliance, or were you just a soldier?
There was nothing in this alliance. We were scattered. We were with, like, I wish I was a soldier, but I was a schmuck watching me go down with the ship. So, no.
Tell me about this like connect that you had with Adele and Paul, because I felt like, when I read your bio, I'm like, oh, look at this guy, man. He reminds me of every guy in like high school that used to like pick on me. And you ended up like befriending the two people that I thought you would be the least likely to connect with.
Yeah.
So how did that work?
How that worked was like, you go into a game and everyone's snaking each other around, everyone's taking each other around, but, deep down there's certain situations that develop, and then your morals just come through and your personal stuff. And I saw PJ, he's getting attacked and stuff like that, and I just decided to jump in. I was like, you know what, I need to have someone's back. All my life, I have been like the top alpha sort of role, but at the same time, I know what it's like to be an underdog, because I used to have weight problems myself, and, when you're down, you need that extra boost to pick yourself up. And I was like, the hell with this, I'm going in there. I have my boy PJ's back, me and Adele, so yeah.
You seem to go through like a major change on the show. Like I remember when you first walked in the house, you like ripped your shirt off like the Incredible Hulk. You started swearing every 2 seconds. And then when you exited, you had this whole speech about like equality and stuff. So like, can you talk a little bit about that transition?
Well, it wasn't even really a transition. Like, I am who I am. I like to party. I go to nightclubs. My shirt's off in like 10 minutes and stuff like that. I like to, have fun and stuff. But at the same time, I know deep down in my heart, like, especially on a show as big as Big Brother, is like, I want to get a message out, because in this world right now, anything you say can be interpreted with hateful things. Yeah. And like, so, I before I left, I had to get the message out, we all, it doesn't matter your skin color, your religion, your sexuality. We all breathe the same air. We all have the same skin and bones and stuff like that. And I just want to get the message out. I want to make sure Canada knew, whoever was watching knew. And even if some people might not have bought into that, if I had that one person that it affected, that was enough for me. So.
I was expecting you to be like Mr. Showmans. Like, were you not feeling the girls in the house?
Showmans, everyone was taken. I would have been Mr. Corrupt, on some news show. Oh, we'll bring out the dad and stuff like that. I had nothing to work with.
There was like a scene that happened where like you and Adele actually got mad at Paul, and you said that he was like throwing you under the bus, and then you kind of like quashed it. How did that work? Because I was a little hazy on like why you guys fought in the first place.
Well, see, Paul, the poor guy. I mean, the hamster's always going to his head with paranoia and stuff like that. And then when we were confronting Andrew and stuff like that in the bathroom, watching him get his feet scrubbed, ugh. Anyway, a fight did break out. We figured when Paul was coming out, he just yelled at us and was like, "What are you doing?" And we, at the time, emotions were high, because emotions get real high. We at the time figured, why is Paul yelling at us in front of all these people trying to drag us in like he's now the good guy, when they're always putting him down and we were the one that jumped the wagon. But I mean, we quickly brought him back in the room, knocked him on the head a few times, and he was back to himself again. But it was an interesting moment, I have to say. But like, I knew, and me and Adele knew, we should calm down for a second and talk it over.
What was praying with Adele like? Because that's definitely going to be one of the moments that people remember from the show this season.
That was so interesting, and like it was so relaxing. Like, I'll admit this now to Canada, I'm not big on religion. I have my own biases, my own, whatever, how I feel about it. But coming into the house, I seen it, because I have a few Muslim friends, but I've never seen, I seen Adele praying, and I was like, that is so interesting and like cool, and I wanted to see what it was like. So I told him, I go, can I? And I was so happy that he let me in to experience that with him. And it touched me. And not only that, but with the house and so much stress going around, for that brief moment, your mind's elsewhere. You sort of feel at ease with yourself. I mean, because I was trying to do the right things. I was like, I don't want anything to fall on my head from doing the wrong stuff. But it was really interesting. And I felt in this Big Brother experience, I want to learn something new, because there's so many styles and cultures that come together in this one house. And I want to, at least if I didn't make it to the finals, I want to go out knowing, okay, I'm much more educated on a culture that I didn't really know nothing about.
Is there any part of you that regrets sort of like not doing more, like maybe like trying to pitch yourself more, sell yourself more to stay? Because you kind of like just accepted it and swallowed it and said, all right, I'm out.
Well, see, that's where pride came in. I'm not a kiss ass. I didn't want to go, basking people's feet or, flowering people. Oh, I'm your peasant and stuff like that. No way. I knew the numbers in my head. at this point in time, I could have won a few more people over, but still the numbers were against me because I was a threat. So instead of looking like some idiot crying to everybody, you know, bawling and cue the dramatic moves, I was like, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to motivate PJ and Adel. I'm going to get them in there so, you know, maybe when I get hauled out of there, they can do some damage, because Paul was really emotional back and forth, so was Adel, and I just had to get them on the same page, the same mindset. It ain't over till it's over. If I'm going down, I want you guys to get it done.
Do you regret the alliance with Paul? Because ultimately you didn't do anything. It was just like you like meeting up with that guy. He did all this stuff, and you're the one that basically took the bullet.
I'm the type of guy that lives with no regrets at all. Like, you know, it is what it is, and maybe if I didn't align myself with Paul, we wouldn't have came together in such a bonding moment that we had, me, Paul, and Adel. And I wouldn't have, you know, had the time to learn more about Adel's religion and his practices. So I do not regret that for 1 second.
Are you surprised to learn about the First Five alliance, and do you think that it was fair that the first five that went in aligned?
I sort of knew the whole time, like, that it was coming up, but I got it confirmed, like, especially at the potato thing. It confirmed everything, so I was like, okay, hopefully I could play the POV, but I didn't get to, so I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So, but I don't even know what to say. It was bullshit.
And
I don't know what to say to that.
And who do you think is in the best position to win? Like, if you had to sort of put a bet in Vegas, who would you bet on?
Arlie, for sure. That kid can move when he wants to. He's like that kid you pick last in dodgeball, then suddenly comes out and kills everybody. So he's in the best position. Everyone likes him. You know, Andrew, I like him, great personality, but he talks over everyone, and you know what I mean? And Kenny, everyone knows he's up to some conniving good, right? But Arlie's in the best position, if you ask me.
And what's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, do my own thing. Life goes on, right? You know, I got a career ahead of me, and you know, the world, and I want to continue to inspire people. But you know, I plan to join the military eventually, or join policing, just anything to help the world and help the underdogs, whatever I can do.
So I was talking to my boy AJ,
Yes.
and he was not a big fan of some of the comments that you made on the feeds. You said that he's the type of guy that goes on the show, goes on Twitter, gets all these girls to follow him, and then says, "Hi, how are you?"
Well, you know, it is what it is. There's people like that in this world, you know. I mean, I can consider him like the type of keyboard warrior, you know. He has a date, talks it all up, and then when you get to the cafe, you're staring at each other and you're just sipping your drink. It's just, you know, it's just... I watched the show the first season, and I didn't really notice him until like 400 episodes in.
You're digging the hole deeper, my friend. Is there anything you want to say to AJ?
AJ, you're a great dude. I'm sure you are on the outside. I'm just being honest. I can't just suck up on camera and be like, I like everybody. I mean, I like you as a dude. You're awesome. But, you know, maybe socialize a little more on the outside.
Man. So clearly, like the Brown thing, like me, Adele, AJ, that isn't...
Oh, my God. Cut that.
Amazing. Kyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.